Good morning, Boker Tov. I hope that today's off to a good start for each of you and all of us. It's good to see people coming in, streaming in. Please do take a moment and bring a greeting to those who are here with us this morning. Uh, it took me just a moment to get on, but it's wonderful to be here with you to say Boker Tov, welcome to Boker Tov from Temple Sinai Congregation of Toronto's daily opportunity to connect, to reflect, and to remember. I'm Rabbi Michael Dolgan, and it's a pleasure to be here with you this morning. And good morning, Eleanor. Good morning, Fern and Lance and Anita. Good morning, each of you. I hope that today is a good day. Good morning, Deborah and Annette. Let's start the day with gratitude because in each and every day, that really, I believe, is and should be our starting place. Please join me in the Hebrew and the English. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher yatzar et ha'adam bechokma, uvarah bo nekavim nekavim, chalulim chalulim, galui v'yadua lifnei chisech vodecha, shim yipatech echad mehem, o yisatem echad mehem, אי-אפשר להתקיים ולעמוד לפניך. ברוך אתה אדוני, הרופא כל בשר ומפליא לעשות. Blessed eternal God, creator of the universe, you have fashioned our bodies with wisdom, creating within us a finely balanced network. To stand before you in prayer is itself a fragile miracle. Eternal God, we praise you as the healer of body and spirit. The spirit is an amazing thing. Within each of us is a soul. The power of it is often untapped. In a physical way, while we are miraculous, we are also, in the words of the prayer, fragile. But our soul is a source of power. Our soul is continually connected to the Eternal One. Our soul can overcome in meaningful ways. And I really hope that each of us can just feel the strength that is within and allow it to be there with us every day, and especially today. The soul that you have given me, O God, is a pure one. You have created and formed it, breathed it into me, and within me you sustain it. So long as my soul is within me, I will give thanks to you, eternal my God and God of my ancestors, source of all creation, sovereign of all souls. We praise you, eternal God, in whose hand is the power of all life and the spirit of all flesh. And let's continue Lasok B'divrei Torah. Let's continue with remembering that with all the powers that we have, one of the greatest is the ability to grow and learn, to see the same world through fresh eyes, and to continue to open our hearts and our minds so that we might be guided to use our lives in a way that has meaning. Please join me. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu la'asok b'divrei Torah. V'arev na Adonai Eloheinu et divrei Toratcha b'finu, ובפי עמך בית ישראל, ונהיה אנחנו וצאצאינו, וצאצאי עמך בית ישראל, כולנו יודעי שמך, ולומדי תורתך לשמה. ברוך אתה אדוני, המלמד תורה לעמו ישראל. אלו דברים שאין להם שיעור. These are the obligations whose value cannot be measured. They nourish us in this world and help us to create the world to come. Kibud av va'em, to honor father and mother. Ugmilut chasadim, to perform acts of love and kindness. Vashkamat ber midrash shacharit v'yarvit, to attend the house of study morning and evening. Vachnasat ochim, to welcome the stranger. Uviku cholim, to visit the sick. Vachnasat kala, to provide for brides and grooms. Ulvayat hamet, to keep faith with the dead. V'yun tefillah, to pray with sincerity. V'hava'at shalom ben adam l'chavero, to make peace when there is strife. V'talmud Torah keneged kulam, and the study of Torah is equal to them all. Well, please join me in the morning blessings in the Birchot HaShachar. We really need to feel the force of life within us, and we will have said 18 blessings, Chai Brachot, before we recite Shema together. And I really want us, as we do on Boker Tov, when we turn to the morning blessing, the first blessing on the next page that we see of the prayer book, Matir Asurim, setting free the captive. We need to remind ourselves what the world is and how the world has abdicated its responsibility, and make sure we raise our voices every opportunity we have for the benefit of those still criminally, cruelly held by terrorists. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lesechvi bina lahavchin ben yom uben laila. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, you have created me in the divine image. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, she'asani ben chorin. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, you have made me a Jew. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, she'asa li kol tzorki. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, you open the eyes of the blind. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, malbish arumim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, you release those who are held captive. And in Hebrew, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, matir asurim. Hebrew, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, zokef kefufim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, you maintain the balance of land and sea. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamechin mitzadei gavel. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, you surround Israel with strength. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, oter Yisrael b'tifara. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, you give strength to the weary. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hama'avir sheina me'enai, utnuma me'afapai. Well, we have in fact now recited 18 blessings. And let's join together in Shema Yisrael. And let's recite these words. These words need to live in us. We need to hear the power of unity and the demands to unify our people and to respect and amplify unity in our world. Let's recite the first two lines, and then let's chant the paragraph of Ve'ahavta together today, and we'll read the last paragraph. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad, Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Vaed. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך, ודיברת בם, בשבתך בביתך, ובלכתך בדרך, ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך, ובשעריך. ויאמר אדוני אל משה לאמור, דבר אל בני ישראל, ואמרת עליהם, ויעשו להם ציצית על כנפי בגדיהם לדורותם, ונתנו על ציצית הכנף בתיר תכלת, והיה לכם לציצית, וראיתם אותו, וזכרתם את כל מצוות אדוני, ועשיתם אותם, ולא תטורו אחרי לבבכם ואחרי עיניכם, אשר אתם זונים אחריהם, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, Asher hotzeti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim, להיות לכם לאלוהים, אני Adonai Elohechem. Adonai Elohechem emet. Well, truth is a many-splendored thing, and sometimes I find it even hard to find those words of truth, as well as to amplify them. It's amazing how often things are said that aren't taken with the seriousness they need to be. Sometimes things just sound like things.
Rabbi Jordan Shaner here with Temple Sinai, and this is our daily opportunity to connect.
There we go. Something set off my computer to start playing one of the old Boker Tovs, but let's be here today. And let us talk about this moment. It amazes me to see statements in the press that remind me of what's said by sports commentators when they say this is possibly the most consequential election of our times. I see it written in all sorts of different places. That's like saying there was an important goal scored in the hockey game last night. Elections are important. Elections are one of our crucial opportunities to live up to the commitments of our ancestors who sacrificed, who fought, and many gave their health or their lives so that we could have the opportunity to speak up. This election, in many ways, I have to say, speaking personally, feels quite different to me. That the community, like at jewishvotescanada.ca, has said, here are the 4 questions that every Jewish person could or should be asking the various candidates who are interested in representing them today. And there's no question that for me, I have different questions in this election. There are different issues. I find myself analyzing for whom to vote, how to vote, quite differently. And in other ways, this election seems different as well. I've never seen so much, I don't know, internal vitriol. People within our community saying to other members of the community that there'll be some choose your negative, inappropriate noun if they vote for this given party or this given candidate. I do think it feels to me that this election is different. I'm thinking differently about how to vote in this election, and the issues that are on my mind are quite different than the issues that were on my mind the last time we held a federal election. That being said, one thing that is not on my mind is not voting. The candidates that I see, I must say, do not inspire me. That doesn't matter even in the slightest. There are unique issues in Jewish life today, issues of Jewish safety, issues of hatred against Jews, issues of public institutions like the TDSB as a large and obvious one that I've dedicated a lot of time to trying to deal with, that have been infiltrated by anti-Semitic ideas and, in my opinion, anti-Western ideas. So much is happening on every level of government, but right now it is the federal government that's up for election. And painfully, sadly, the numbers of Jewish people, even in ridings with many Jews living in it, don't have the requisite numbers really to decide very much, and that limits our influence. At the same time, painfully, so many people, and I don't mean Jewish people, I mean people, although it's also equally true of Jewish people, don't vote. don't get out and speak to the people in their lives and say, it's election day, vote. It's election day, show up, be aware of the issues in life, be aware of the issues in your life, and get out and have your say. In order for the Jewish community to live the life we want to live here in Canada, to be safer, we're going to need, in my opinion, to be much more engaged than just on election day. But that's unlikely to happen if we can't even get ourselves up and out to do what is necessary to add our voices, to choose a candidate that we believe represents the kind of leadership that we individually, that our families, that our Jewish community needs now, and to make sure to add our voice. We're going to continue to be talking past the election about how it is we can make a difference, about how it is we can be involved. But I need to ask you today, as we go into this Shabbat, as we go into a week with the modern Jewish Israeli holidays of Yom HaZikaron and Yom HaAtzmaut, days that put next to each other, that in order to live a life that is free and to live the life where we can express ourselves fully, there are choices to be made, and there are even sacrifices, different ones in the diaspora, that are required of us. So I encourage you to think about that. And more than anything and everything else, I really say, let's get others. I'm glad to see people saying that they've already voted, that they're voting. That's terrific. Let's tell everybody that we know to get out and to vote. And I look forward to the next steps we can take together as well. Our voices and the things we choose to say, they do matter. This prayer is a prayer for the soldiers of the IDF, young people or people less young, making incredible sacrifices for longer than anyone imagined, the longest war in Israel's history. And a choice, they don't make the choice of, should this war be still going on? Is there an alternative? They instead make the sacrifice of doing what is necessary, of being in the world's only Jewish military, and standing up for the citizens, all citizens of Israel, and for the Jewish people. And so for them, and for the peace that's hoped for in this prayer, we recite these words. מי שברך אבותינו אברהם, יצחק ויעקב, ואמותינו שרה, רבקה, לאה ורחל, הוא יברך את חיילי צבא ההגנה לישראל ושאר מגיני עמנו העומדים על משמרתם. ישמרם הקדוש ברוך הוא ויצילם מכל צרה וצוקה, מכל נגע ומחלה, וישלח ברכה בכל מעשה ידיהם, ויקוים בהם הכתוב. וכיתתו חרבותיהם לעתים, וחניתותיהם למזמרות, לא יישאו גוי אל גוי חרב, ולא ימדון עוד מלחמה, וישבו איש תחת גפנו, ותחת תאנתו, ואין מחריד, ונאמר, Amen. May the one who blessed our ancestors bless the soldiers of the IDF and all who stand on guard for us. May the Holy One guard them against all difficulty and distress, injury, and illness. May all of their actions bring blessing, fulfilling the prophet's words. Let them beat their swords into plowshares and their spears into pruning hooks. Let nation not lift up sword against nation, and may they learn war no more. May all sit under a vine or fig tree, with none to make them afraid. And together we say, Amen. Well, as we're gathered here, let us bring to mind all those in our family, in our community of friends, in need of strength and healing. All of those who are ill or unwell, who might be fighting at the later parts of their life, or fighting incredible odds, or in earlier days. For those who are healing, and those who are making do, for those who are isolated by illness or age. And especially at this moment, for those who are forcibly isolated, for the hostages continually held by terrorist Hamas and their criminal allies in an every single day renewed crime against humanity that our world chooses to ignore and to permit. Let's continue to raise our voices for them and for all in need. As for those whose names have been placed in the chat in this and other services, for those names given to me and given to Temple, we turn to these words of healing. מי שברך אבותינו אברהם יצחק ויעקב אמותינו שרה רבקה לאה ורחל, הוא ירפא את כל מכותינו. יהי רצון מלפניך אדוני אלוהינו להחלימם ולרפאותם, וישלח לנו מהרה רפואה שלמה ועטרת שלום, ונאמר Amen. May the one who blessed our ancestors bless and heal all who suffer. May it be the divine will to provide healing and strength. Reveal to us the holiness of life, the wholeness of shalom, and let us say together, Amen. Well, it's very meaningful to be here with you together today to connect and reflect. And now it is time for us to remember, recalling those who died in recent days and weeks, those who died at this season in years past, and those who we've taken into our hearts with our own. On the period of recent days and weeks, the last 30 days, we extend our condolences to the families of Gary Brown, Chagit Chovav, Nora Boyd, Irving Feldman, Judy Gert. We also remember all victims of war and terror, including terror victim Moshe Musahoan and recent war victim, Warrant Officer Galeb Al-Nassasra. And on Yahrzeit today, on the anniversary of their deaths, on this 27th day of Nisan, the 25th of April, 2025, we honor the life and legacy on Yahrzeit of Eleanor Cohen, Fanny Cowan, Barry Dubiner, Ruth Glass, Abe Golden, Lily Goldman, Miriam Hamburg, Nathan Hamburg, Daniel Levin, Anna Schoenwald, Jenno Schoenwald, Mark Schulman, Julia Sokoloff, Jenno Waldhauser, Regina Waldhauser. Zichronam Levracha, may their memories be a blessing to us. Our griefs and our sympathies are mingled as we turn together to words sanctified by memory, words glorified by hope. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemeh Rabbah, be'alma divrach Yehuteh v'yamlich malchuteh, b'chayechon u'v'yomechon, u'v'chaye dechol bet Yisrael, b'agala u'v'zman kari v'mu. Amen. Yehe shmeh Rabbah mevarach le'alam u'lalmei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitrumam v'yitnaseh. V'yithadar v'yit'aleh v'yithalal shemei dekudsha b'richu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbachata v'nechemata, damiran be'alma v'mu. Amen. Yehesh lama rabba min shmaya v'chayim, alenu ve'al kol Yisrael v'mu. Amen. Oseh shalom b'mumav, hu yaseh shalom, alenu ve'al kol Yisrael v'mu. Amen. May the source of peace send peace to all who mourn and bring comfort and strength to all who remember. And together we say, Amen. Well, it's very meaningful to be here with you today. Please join us on Shabbat. Join us tonight at 6:30 online. Join us tomorrow morning in person or online. You can join us at 8:30 a.m. for remote shalom, for our connection with our sister congregation in Beersheba. Please do join us for that. And our service is at 10, and then we have our study session after, where we, during this in-between period between Pesach and Shavuot, we'll be studying Dara Horn's People Love Dead Jews, a brilliant, insightful book into the realities of modern anti-Semitism. Please join us, but first of all, make it a good one. Boker Tov.